welcome to Ramadan day 30th. Yes, it's officially day 30th, and tomorrow is Eid. So, yes, Salah or Eid, whatever you call it. So, tomorrow is Eid, and yeah, that's it. And I don't know what we'll be making today. You'll just see in the video. I'll update you later. But it's about 1 now, and I just know that I'll be baking cupcakes, our 8 treats. That's cupcakes, then chin chin. Some people also call it mandazi. So yes, we're going to get started on that. But before we get started, I'm going to go and pray first before I start recording my sister doing it. And yeah, I'm going to go and pray now, and then we'll catch up. As soon as I'm done praying, then she will start like all the prep things. Then also me, I'll earlier cream the sugar and butter, so I'm just going to mix everything. Then I'll start baking after I'm done finishing and she's done mixing the chin chin. Yes, so let's get right into it. So after praying Zohar, my sister started sifting the flour. As you can see, she sifted the flour, all the flour for the chin chin. This is called chin chin or half cake or mandazi. Some people call it like that, depending on the country where the person is from. So we don't add dairy to our own. This is our own recipe. Some people add dairy and eggs to it, but this is our own recipe and it's very, very crunchy. So to the flour she added 2 teaspoons of baking powder, then 1 teaspoon of baking soda. She added sugar, 2 cups of sugar, and then lastly then she added nutmeg, 1 sachet of nutmeg. Then lastly she added blended onions. Yes, you're going to blend the onions and strain the water inside. It makes the chin chin to be more crunchy. Yes, some people you can also choose to grate the onions and put it inside, but that process can make the chin chin to spoil easily. But this one makes the chin chin to last longer. You don't need to add preservatives to this because you don't need it, because you didn't add eggs or milk for it to spoil easily. And also I forgot to mention that she also added butter inside. As you can see, 500 grams of butter. I don't know the specific measurement for the flour, so I can't say. Then she added it inside. Then she mixed it very well so that it will turn to crumbles, as you can see. Then she added the water, that's the onion water inside. Then she added a little bit of water. Just add a little bit. A little goes a long way until it started mixing well, until it started coming together. Then you will knead it very, very well until it forms a very, very thick dough, not a runny dough. If it is too runny, not thick, it will be chewy, and you don't want it to be chewy. Our chin chin is very, very crunchy, so don't allow it to be runny. She's the master at making this in our house, as you can see. So yeah, you're going to mix it very well until it forms a dough. as you can see, she's adding the water a little bit, and this is the dough. You keep say the remaining dough, say the form dough. So she is done with mixing this. Then she will pour the remaining dough and mix it until it forms the exact dough. And this is the form dough. She would knead it and then use a rolling pin to flatten it out. If she uses a rolling pin to flatten it out, you can also use cookie cutters to cut it into the shapes that you want, because somehow this is a cookie but it is not baked, or this is fried. You can also bake this for some reason, or air fried it, because I've never seen anybody do this, but you can do it. I think very very soon, not very soon, maybe in the future, I'm going to try the air fried one and air fry it and see how it will turn out. She cut it into the shapes that she wants. You can also cut it into big chunks, not necessarily the small squares, but the traditional way of making it is just to cut it like this. Then you spread it in a tray and allow it to air dry a little bit until you don't need to allow it to dry. It's just to spread it until you finish cutting all the rest. Then you're going to deep fry it. While she was cutting it, I went to cream my butter and sugar. This is also dairy free. It's my mom's recipe, but I advanced the recipe into how I want when I went to baking school. After creaming the butter and sugar until it's creamy and fluffy, then I'll be adding in my eggs bit by bit. As you can see, adding it bit by bit until it's also fluffy, which you'll see in a little bit. Also, this is a side note. I didn't when they taught us this recipe in the baking school, it was not exactly like this. Theirs is different than this one. This is just how I make mine. It's exactly the same recipe as my mom's recipe. It's just that I use a mixer. That is just the difference. She don't use a mixer when she used to make this. And the one from the baking school is different, and it's a very nice process, and it's not fluffy. The final product is not fluffy. So after mixing it very well, the thing is creamy. Then I moved to making my dry ingredients. So 4 cups of flour. I added 2 tablespoons of milk. Yes, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of half a tablespoon of baking soda. Then I mix it well. You can also at this point add nutmeg and preservatives. I forgot to add it, so I add it in later. To 15 eggs and 500 grams of butter. That is what I used the measurement. Then the sugar was 250 grams. So yes, I'll be adding in the dry ingredients into the mixture of the butter, sugar and eggs inside. I'll be mixing it with my spatula, folding it. This is how my mom used to make it. I'll be folding it instead of using knife or just charcoal or mixer to fold it, because what I learned from the baking school, the final product turned out to be so hard and not good and not healthy at all. So this one, just folding it inside made it more fluffy and oily for some reason. watching when I do this. As you can see, I added cupcake papers to the smaller cupcake pan, and then scoop the butter inside the cupcake pan. Then I'm gonna bake it. I think I baked them for just like six minutes, and they are perfectly cooked and baked. But there's no specific degrees because the oven didn't have any degrees. That's just what I know. So sorry, I don't have the heat or temperature measurement. I bake everything. So you can see here is it baking, and then I will show you the final product in a bit, which you will see, and then you will see how fluffy the final product is. It is so fluffy, delicious. You don't need to add milk to your cake like some people do here. If they don't add milk, they will think that is the end of the world. We don't add milk, even though it's a lot of debate. Some people will think that it will not be tasty, but it is tasty. A lot of people that eat our cake know it's very tasty. As you can see how fluffy it is. This is after a very long time of it cooling down. It's still very, very fluffy, and it bounced back because it's very airy. So we went ahead to make our pepper soup, and the pot is just some meat boiling with some spices. It is sheep head. Then she add in blended habanero pepper inside. Then we add in this chicken gizzard, feet and head inside also. Then she added seasonings, and she allow it to cook there. As you can see, I was cooking some basmati and then some soupy macaroni and this chicken that we just washed. We were so exhausted, and this meat also for the Eid. I cannot dissect it because I'm so tired. And then I cut some yam to go with the pepper soup, and this is my macaroni cooking. And then you saw my mom prepping the tomatoes, washing it. This is the macaroni cooked, and this is the pepper soup. We switched pots and added it to the pressure cooker so that it will cook faster. This is the black pepper soup. As you can see, it's not as black as some people, but this is what we wanted to be like. As you can see, all the meat inside. This is my cooked basmati rice. I shredded some carrots inside, then added when the rice was 98% cooked. And this is my lunch, my dinner plate. And this is all the chinchin that we made, and that's everything for today's video. I'll see you tomorrow for Eid. Bye bye.